So for dinner tonight, we are having club sandwiches. The boys are going to have some of the crispy crowns. I'm going to have some sweet potato fries. I'll probably have some of these too. I'm getting these ready first. It's my easy dinner. I like to have at least one of those a week where it doesn't take much effort. So this is mainly, all the cooking I'm going to be doing tonight, besides toasting some bread and making some sandwiches. So very simply, this is going in the oven. And then I'll make the sandwiches when these are about done. So here's dinner. Very, very simple. Got the club sandwich. You can see. Yum. And some potato browns. Very, very simple weeknight dinner. It's going to fill the boys up, though. And that's our very simple dinner. Hello, everybody. I shared this on my Day in the Life vlog. If you saw it, you can just skip through. But I wanted to share it on this video, too. I made this amazing fruit salad with some frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, a can of pineapple chunks, and a can of peach halves that I kind of broke up. But I thought these were apricots. I usually love apricots in this, but peach halves work fine too. And 2 boxes of Jell-O pudding. Mix it all up together, the pudding right on top of all that frozen fruit. It will look almost muddy. And I used just a splash of orange juice. And I didn't sprinkle in any sugar because, the pudding is sweet enough. Mix it all up together. And then as everything thaws out, it makes this delicious sauce. And it's so good. It's not the healthiest fruit salad because you do, have some pudding in it. But it makes a delicious fruit salad. And as the strawberries thaw out, they will kind of get broke up along with the peaches. And it's just amazing. And so it's very simple to make if you have something going on at church or you have something going on where you need to take a simple dish. This is fabulous. So for dinner tonight, we are having pizza and some chicken. And it's just a very simple dinner. The boys have got sausage and hamburger. I got just cheese over here. And then I got us all a little bit of chicken in case anybody wants any. So very, very, very simple dinner, but delicious. It's pizza night. So for dinner tonight, we are just having simple burgers. I've got some ground chuck and 1 packet of the onion soup mix. I'm going to mix everything up a little bit better and pat these out. So there we go. I got some nice big burgers all patted out. Thanks to Rachel Ray and Not Culinary School for helping me learn how to make a burger better by making it a little thinner in the middle than around the edges. And it's really a lot better, and you just kind of thin them out and in the middle, and they cook more evenly. I've never been a huge fan of hamburgers, but I do like the ones with the onion mix in them, and then the crispy onions on top. And I got out the french fries. I'm going to be deep frying these tonight. I was going to put them in the oven. The boys asked me not to. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them on the stove and get these cooking. And there's our very simple dinner. Easy and delicious. My son loves it. Hello, everybody. Tonight for dinner, we are having beef tips and noodles. And I'm going to be using some brown gravy. I could totally make my own. I'm using some very thin sirloin. So let me kind of show you. See how thin it is? It's not thick. And I've just kind of cut it up. And I'm using the help of brown gravy because it is a weeknight. And I want to kind of get this done in a hurry. So I'm going to start the noodles in a different pot. But I'm going to start browning the beef. So I have flavored up the beef with garlic powder, just a little bit of minced onion, not a lot, salt and pepper, and a little bit of the garlic salt from Trader Joe's. And I'm just kind of letting it brown up, stirring it often. Now, if you're going to be making this on a weeknight, you definitely have to have that thin cut of meat, or it will be super tough. The only reason I can make this in a hurry, maybe 30 minutes or less, is because of how thin the meat is. If otherwise, it would need to cook low and slow in the oven, and I just don't want to do that. But I want to get a good color on here, so I'm going to keep letting that brown up a little bit more, and then I'll add in some water and some of that that brown gravy mix. Okay, so at this point, I added 3 cups of water and 2 of the packets of the brown gravy. And, you know, they're 25 calories a piece. If you want to make gravy all day, that can be your thing. But I really don't want to. And I wanted this meal on a busy weeknight. And I'm bringing it up to a boil so it thickens up some. I have my noodles cooking right over there. They will go directly in, and we'll add just a hint of that starchy water to kind of bind everything together. But it will be an ooey gooey, delicious beef and noodles that a lot of times my family likes potatoes with. But I'm trying to be a little bit healthier because you don't need like potatoes and noodles in any meal. It's really good that way though. But I'm just going to make a simple vegetable. I haven't gotten it out yet because I want the noodles and everything to kind of flavor in. And I'm not going to cook them all the way. I'm going to get them out of the pot in just a minute and finish them off right in here in the gravy. So dinner is done. There is the beef and noodles. I warmed up some bread in the oven. It was just some pre-made bread we had. I cooked some corn that was frozen. Here's dinner on the plate. This is my 30-minute beef and noodles. You know, it's okay to take a little help from the store every once in a while. The brown gravy mix is not going to hurt anyone. Those are Amish noodles, and the sirloin was organic. So, you know, I can kind of reason out having a little bit of bread and some brown gravy mix. It really does make the job so much easier, so much quicker, as does the thin beef. So it's dinner time. I'm going to go eat. See you guys tomorrow. So I needed to fix a fast meal for dinner tonight. So I just fixed some of these Mama Mancini's meatballs. We're having meatball subs. Very, very, very simple on some Italian steak rolls. I added just some shredded mozzarella. And they are going to be delicious. I'm eating mine with kale chips. The boys can eat it with potato chips if they wish. Another very, very easy, quick weeknight dinner. And I took a little help from the store. But these are super, super good. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good night. So tonight we're doing another fast dinner. We're going to do some soup and some grilled cheese. Now, I have tomato soup in the freezer, but I only have like enough for 1 serving, and my husband wanted some, so I picked up Amy's Organic Soups. This one is in chunky tomato bisque, and I got 3 cans because I wasn't sure if Jackson was going to eat with us. I also got the Campbell's double noodle for Jackson. They don't make this in organic, so I just got the one he wanted. Just some white wheat bread, softened butter, and I have some of the Borden cheese melts that I'm going to use for the grilled cheese. So another very fast dinner. And, you know, a lot of times when I do make soup, I have enough in the freezer for a meal. We've already eaten that a month or so ago, and I haven't, like I said, enough for 1 serving. But if you are making homemade soup, you know, always make more, and you can freeze it and have it instead of like a canned soup on nights like this. I could definitely make a fresh tomato soup pretty fast. I'm good with this one though. I've had it before and I like it. I think it's pretty healthy, and I'm okay with it. Again, Jackson loves the double noodle, so you guys know how to make a soup and grilled cheese, but I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. So when I'm making grilled cheese and want our family to eat together, I turn the oven on low, put a really thick plate in the oven on a cookie sheet, and then I just take, you know, the grilled cheese one by one and put them in there. Now, it will melt the cheese more and it will keep them warm. Just put it on low and don't forget that they're in there. And once you get all of your grilled cheese done, you can, you know, have them all together. I have the soup here for Jackson and our soup right there slowly warming up. So, I don't know about in your house, but in my house, I usually fix the plates it's usually so much easier for me to get them ready as I go. As you can see, I put some fruit salad down to go with our grilled cheese and our soup. I got the bowls and the plates ready. And usually I will go ahead and fix it. Everybody can grab their plate and their bowl and head over to the table. Or, you know, if we're all eating apart, they can head to, you know, different parts of the room, or, you know, different rooms for that matter. But it seems easier for me to get the plates ready. If I'm, you know, really tired or something, they can definitely do it on their own. But it's something I've been doing for a very long time. I usually just, like, assembly line it. I do have some crackers out just in case somebody wants crackers to go with their soup. But, you know, this is a very fast dinner. I used to feel guilty about, like, cocktail fruit because there is sugar in it, and, you know, you can buy fresh fruit. But, you know, we don't really have a ton of fresh fruit in the refrigerator. We have some, but not a ton. And this, again, was super quick, super easy. It's getting a little bit of fruit into the kids and my husband and myself. So, I don't really mind. And they like it, so whatever. And it just, you know, is an added part of dinner. And I serve it in these ramekins, but Jackson always gets a plastic ramekin, so you can kind of guess which one his is. So here's our 15-minute dinner. It couldn't be simpler. Now, again, I have tomato soup in my freezer. I just wish I would have had enough. I always think homemade is better than canned, especially on the soup. But this one's a really good one. The Amy's Organic Tomato Bisque is delicious. Grilled cheese, fruit cocktail, we're good to go. 15-minute dinner. My family's satisfied. It's filling, it's delicious, and it's fast and easy. Time to eat. So here is a dinner this week that is not that fast, but it's not that long either. I am going to be making this Trader Joe's boneless pork loin roast. I've got some frozen baby carrots. I've also got some potatoes. I'm going to start this out by itself in the oven, and once it's close to being done, I'll add in the carrots. I'm not sure how I'm making the potatoes yet. You'll see as I kind of go along. I'm not sure. And, you know, just a very simple dinner. And I think it's going to be delicious. Okay, so on top of, well, first I've got the pork loin in a casserole. You can kind of see. I needed a little extra room for the carrots whenever they go in. I've got the roast by itself, and I covered it with some Caesar dressing. Now, this, don't be scared of it. It's a really good way to flavor up a pork loin or a chicken breast. It's got the Parmesan in it, and it's just got olive oil. It's delicious. Sea salt, and it's creamy. So I'm going to put this in a 350-degree oven. I'm going to let it cook. I'm going to baste it with more of the Simply Dressed Caesar dressing. It's one way I use up a lot of my salad dressings because they really do season meat super well, especially the Italian dressings. So I'm going to get this in the oven, and in just a little bit we'll come back and we'll add some of the carrots and some of the potatoes, or I'll probably just mash these. This is going in the oven. Okay, so I added carrots to the pork roast, and then since these are such thin potatoes, thin-skinned potatoes, I left the skin on. There we go. And it's such a thin skin, it will mash up just fine. So I have those just starting, and I'm not sure if I'm making anything else. I think that'll be plenty. So here is the very, very simple dinner. This is the one dinner that really isn't that fast. It's the pork roast, mashed potatoes, and some carrots. Delicious, and it's time to eat. Okay, so here is another fast meal for you guys. Perfect for a weeknight or a busy night, whatever day of the week. I'm taking some of the sport cheese ravioli, couple jars of meat sauce. This is just the Classico family meat sauce, some mozzarella, and I have some garlic bread, and I might make a salad, I might not, it just depends what the boys want, but this is so easy. Now, last time we breaded this, and it was super good, took a long time, and was quite messy. Tonight, all we're doing is putting it in the casserole, basically dumping over some pasta sauce, And I'm going to put that in the oven and let it kind of bake like that for about 15-20 minutes. Then I'll top it with cheese, and basically dinner is done. I'll put the garlic bread in basically around the same time I put the cheese on the ravioli. So I'm going to get them into this casserole, and I will get them into around a 375 degree oven. It's all mixed up, and this is a great non-meat dinner. You know, it was still like $10 for both of these, but it's a great non-meat dinner if that's something you guys are looking for. I am using a meat sauce that will give it just a little bit of a meat taste. We are meat eaters in our family, and this is a lot, and we'll definitely have leftovers, which is good. I'll have stuff to eat throughout the week. And I'm putting this in the oven and letting it bake. I'm going to give it about 20 minutes. I'll put the cheese on and put the garlic bread in, and our dinner will be done. So the ravioli's been baking for about 20 minutes. Now I like it just like a little bit crispy almost. So I'm going to turn the broiler on while I get the garlic bread opened up, and I'm going to keep checking on it. And just before I put the cheese on, just to kind of make the top ravioli a little more done. A little more crispy, and I'll kind of stir it around and do that a couple times, and then I'll come back and add the cheese. Okay, you see what I mean with a little bit of the color? So I'm just going to stir it around to get some of those bottom raviolis a little bit crisper. Not a lot, just a little bit. Keep an eye on it if you're got it on broil in the oven. So while the ravioli's been baking in the oven, I got some little salads together. Very simple little ramekin. And, you know, it's super, super fast. I made the salads in the ramekin. And they're just simple with lettuce, tomato, some broccoli, and a little bit of shredded carrot that I grated myself right over each ramekin. So very, very simple sides that you can get ready right, you know, as everything else is baking away in the oven. Okay, so now that I've added a little bit of color to the ravioli from the broiler, I turned the oven down to the temperature that I want to bake the garlic bread. I got some cheese out. This is just mozzarella, and I didn't feel like shredding it myself. It is, you know, a busy weeknight, and but if you know you're going to have this, you could totally, you know, do a little food prep and shred your own beforehand. But I'm going to get the cheese on and get the garlic bread in, and it's time to eat dinner. All the cheese is on, garlic bread's going on the top rack, and once that garlic bread's done, I'm sure the cheese will be melted and we're ready. It should be done in about 5 or 6 minutes. So here's the yummy, yummy, yummy ravioli, and the salads are on the plates. The garlic bread is done, and now I just got to finish making the plates for dinner. So here is dinner. Very, very simple, delicious. I'm going to yell at the boys, tell them it's time to eat, and we are done. Very simple, fast weeknight dinner. You can make it really easy. Just buy that ravioli and make a quick side salad if you have time, and some garlic bread. It's a perfect weeknight, busy night family meal. Okay, so for tonight's very quick and easy dinner, I have 3 potatoes here. I washed them, and I'm going to put them in the microwave and get them cooking. And then I have the rest of this pork roast. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's plenty. And I'm going to shred it up and put some barbecue sauce over it. And then I will take the barbecue pork and put it over each baked potato. Something they do here in South Carolina, or I guess in the South, period, and it's delicious. So I'm going to serve that tonight for dinner. Very, very simple, quick, and I'm using leftovers, which, you know, obviously saves money and doesn't waste food. So I'm going to make these, and I'm going to serve it with some oranges, and that is our very simple dinner tonight. Okay, so in this older pot, I just grabbed it. It's a little bit, like, stained up. I have all of the pork that I shredded, and it's quite a bit. Even though it didn't look like that much, when you shred it up, it's a lot more. Plenty for 3 potatoes. And I'm just going to use some of the Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce, one of my favorites. Now, in the summer, when we're grilling out a lot more, I'm making my own a lot. But it is a busy weeknight. I don't have any in the pantry besides, you know, some store-bought, and that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to add some of this, get this on the stove, and the potatoes just finished in the microwave. And I'm going to get them out. I'm going to put them in the oven around 450. I'm going to spray the outside with some non-stick spray. And I'm going to let that skin get a little crispy in the oven just for a couple minutes. It won't need long. Ooh, those are hot. So they're just on the rack. They're already cooked through, but I want them a little bit more crispy. And that's my trick to quick, decent baked potatoes up for a weeknight. Okay, so I added the barbecue sauce, and I did just add a splash of water just to loosen it up just a little bit. And I'm going to let this warm because the pork is already cooked through. Obviously, the barbecue sauce only needs to be warmed through, so this is just going to warm while I wait on those potatoes and get our plates ready. Okay, you guys, our quick dinner is done. Scott is adding some sour cream to his, but let me kind of explain. You got your big baked potato. It's custom that you really only use salt and pepper, and then you put your pork barbecue down. I'm serving it with just some fruit instead of making a vegetable. They can live with fruit tonight. It's a busy night. Over here on Scott's, he actually put cheese on his potato. It has some butter on it. Then his pork barbecue, and then some sour cream. And Jackson's is the same as mine. So very, very simple, easy, fast dinner using leftover pork. And if you just could buy some thin pork chops, you could definitely make it with that too. Very, very simple, and it's going to be delicious. So right now we are at Newt's. There's the sign. It's kind of hard to see. Scott went in to use the restroom. And this was one of the places I wanted to come for my birthday. We are in North Carolina right now. It's an old courthouse. You kind of get a feel of the area. There's my beautiful, wonderfully looking husband. And he got his finger on the steering wheel. I don't know how that's even possible. But this is one of the places I wanted to come. And I love their steak burgers and their sweet potato fries. So I know what I'm getting, and he is looking. And these are beers on tap. And then on the other side, Mr. Jaggers, are beers in the bottle. She said pick out which one you want. And look at that. Yum. Time to eat. I mean, how can you not be in love with a burger that looks like that? It's delicious. Got some big onion rings and a Carolina dog. Yum. This is basically a birthday lunch. A belated birthday lunch, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Yum. Hello, everybody. So tonight, dinner is not going to be one of the fast dinners like what I've been showing you in this video so far. Tonight, my husband wanted chicken fried steak. So I got through this mess, and all I did was take some eggs, some milk, and mix up a little bit of a egg wash. Dipped the cube steak in the egg wash and then into the flour. I had, about 3 cups, maybe 2 cups of flour, and some garlic powder and some salt and pepper. And I just kind of flavored the flour and then put them in. And then once I got them all done, I repeated the process. So they've been dipped twice in flour and egg, and they're just kind of resting. I'm getting ready to clean up this mess, which is one of the reasons this is not one of my favorite meals to make. But I'm going to get a pan heating up with some oil so I can start getting these cooked. And I'm going to get some mashed potatoes going and figure out what vegetable we're having. Okay, so I just flipped these over, and when this batch gets done, they'll go right in here, and I'll finish up, with those two, and then I'll make the gravy. Over here, I have some very thin-skinned, not too hot yet, some very thin-skinned potatoes. That is one of my #1 tips to save time in your kitchen. Instead of standing there peeling potatoes for 30 minutes or however long, opt for the ones with very thin skin for the nights that you need to have dinner done really quick. Now I've got out some fresh French green beans, and I'm going to use a little bit of this onion. I'm going to saute them up right here in this little skillet, and our dinner is well underway, so I'm doing really good on time. I got the last 2 pieces in. Over here, I just have some onions and a little bit of olive oil. I washed my green beans, and I'm getting ready to put them in. Right in. We're just going to saute them up. Yum. Now I'm going to get a lid. Well, I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock, and then I'm going to get a lid. I like to add chicken stock. Now remember, I put the oil in to saute the onions. Then I put some chicken stock in. I put a lid on it, and I let them cook down for just a few minutes. And then I take the lid off and let that chicken stock evaporate. I just flip these over. Potatoes are going well. Very, very simple dinner. And in just a few minutes, it will be done. I added about 4 tablespoons of flour to the existing oil in the pan that I used to fry the country fried steak. And if you don't have that much oil, you might need to add a little bit more. Cook it for just a couple minutes just to make sure that you don't have that raw flour taste. And then we're going to add some milk. I added the milk, about 3.5 cups. I'm just going to bring it to a boil, and that will bring it to the thickest steak. Okay, so I poured the gravy right over the steaks, and then the green beans, I took the lid off. All the liquids are evaporating out, and I'm just going to hit it with just a little bit of fresh lemon juice to freshen up the flavor, just a little bit. Okay, so dinner is served. I have the chicken fried steak with some gravy. I don't have a ton. And I also have some green beans, fresh green beans, some mashed potatoes. Again, the skins don't hurt anything. They're super thin. And Scott usually adds tomatoes to his. I'm not a fan. Jackson doesn't like gravy, so I took his out. But very, very simple. Very easy weeknight dinner. So right here, I just have 2 large chicken breasts for dinner tonight. Chicken quesadillas, always a quick dinner. I'm just going to get these chicken breasts cooked up. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. And then I'm going to assemble some quesadillas and put them in the oven. And that way the cheese can melt and get all gooey in the oven. I don't have to worry about flipping them. And the guys will love dinner. They love chicken fajitas. So, or chicken quesadillas, not fajitas. But again, another perfect weeknight dinner for any kind of busy family or even a busy weekend dinner, you know. I mean, so many of us are busy on the weekend. This is another perfect fast dinner. Okay, so cooking the onion in with, you know, the chicken drippings. I just added a touch of olive oil. Will really season them up well. And so I'm trying to do this and not hold on to the pan because I have a camera in my hand. But, yeah, I'm just getting some color on the onions, and then I will start shredding up that chicken. So for the side, I just have some refried beans, put some cheese on it, put it in the microwave, and it's a great side dish. The other side dish we're having is just some tortilla chips and some Monterey Jack queso. So that is like the sides with dinner tonight, and the boys can eat it up if they wish. And, you know, perfect to go with quesadillas. Okay, so I got a flour tortilla, the chicken, the onions on this one, a bunch of cheese, the same with this one. It's kind of overlapping just a little bit. It ain't going to hurt anything. These are going to go on the top rack for about 5 or 6 minutes till all that cheese is melted. I'll get them out, put them on a cutting board, and that's our dinner tonight. Okay, so here is dinner. Very, very simple. We've got the quesadillas with onions on the right, the quesadillas with no onions on the left. Just used a pizza cutter, cut them up. We've got the refried beans and the chips. And, oh, I need to get the sour cream. Okay, there. Now dinner's done. So everybody can come in, grab some quesadillas, some beans, and some chips. And my job is done except for clean up. So it's pizza again for dinner, and very, very simple. Pepperoni for the boys. Also, cheese for me. Wings for all of us, or whoever wants any. And even dessert. Now, I know this isn't super healthy, but it's pizza night again, and we've been having pizza night couple nights this week, I think, or last week. But this is dinner tonight. Okay, you guys, for the last dinner in this video, I am making a very simple spaghetti dinner. You don't need to see it filmed all the way through, but I am just getting it started. It is a weekend night here, but it's late and my family needs to eat, and this is one of those meals that I can make basically almost any time. I have some garlic bread I got out of the freezer. Just a box of spaghetti. You can use whole wheat if that's your thing. I've got some Wild Oats organic roasted garlic pasta sauce. I actually have one open in the fridge too, so I'm going to use the rest of that. And I just have some ground chuck here. I'm going to brown it up and then, drain any grease if there's, however much is in there. I've got a stock pot full of water for the pasta, and we are getting going. This dinner will be done in about 25 minutes. So I just dropped the pasta in, and you can see, now this is ground chuck. You could get leaner, but you can see there's some grease in there. See that? You never really want to leave that in. I hope most of you know that. It's just gross. So I'm going to turn on the tap and have it on really hot, and then I will drain the grease that way, and then leave it on so it gets through the pipes for, a few minutes so it doesn't clog anything up. But yeah, I don't want all that in my spaghetti sauce. Okay, so I just added some of my homemade Italian seasoning, and I wanted a little extra oregano, and I used up the last. So I'm just kind of mixing that in. I'm keeping this on low until the pasta's done. You always want the sauce done first. You don't want the pasta, having to sit around and wait on the sauce. Okay, so here is our 25-minute dinner. Very, very quick and simple. You guys know how quick and easy spaghetti is. I took the pasta, put it in the pasta sauce, took a little bit of the starchy water and added that in. And I also cut up some fresh pineapple and some little orange segments for the kids, and some quick garlic bread. I would have made a salad. I just didn't feel like doing all that chopping. And I wanted a very quick dinner, and this works. The family will love it. The kids will love it. And, it's nothing that special. You guys have seen tons of spaghetti on my videos because I love it. But I still got to fix Scott myself a plate. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I know the eggs in a cloud and the beef and broccoli stir fry got pushed in to another week, into next week. So you didn't see those on this edition, but I hope you got some ideas. If you enjoyed this video, please take a second and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And if you have any comments or questions, leave those below. I'll do my best to get back to you. And I'll see you very, very soon with another What's Cooking video. Bye-bye.